Hello. It's been quite a while since we've done one of these rankings, but today I had some spare time and I just thought we'd go through the studio albums of an indie rock band that I love a lot, Pavement. They just have 5 albums, and I think that all of their records are good. But I just think that some of them are slightly better than others. Like last time, I'm not going to be giving any star ratings or anything. Like, I'm not going to rate anything out of 10. Just going to talk about the records in terms of what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy. So let's get started. At the very bottom here, again, I like all these records, so keep that in mind. This 5th record, in the number 5 spot, I'm gonna have sorry, I forgot the title for a second. Dang it, what is it? In the 5th spot, I have Twilight, the final record. I don't know why. I was like thinking of all the other record titles except for that last record, which brings me to, I guess, my first like sort of complaint with the record, which is that it's not the most memorable, especially compared to the other albums. Of course, the opening track is a major highlight. Spit on a Stranger, classic song by the group. And then other tracks like the final track, Carrot Rope, or that one with like Hex in the title. Of course, the one that, disses Billy Corgan with his name in it. And there's, another song off another album that we'll get to later that also disses Billy Corgan. But yeah, other than Terror Twilight, I haven't really gone to revisit any other songs from this record. Not because I thought any of them were bad. Like I said, there's a couple other ones like the Carrot Rope and Hex and Billy Corgan, but I don't know. I just thought it was overall a pretty mediocre record that's held up by the excellent opening track. In the 4th spot, I have Slanted and Enchanted. This is their debut record, and you can sort of tell that it's very like rough around the edges, and they're sort of still like figuring out their sound in a way. A lot of people really adore this record. This record really grew a cult following since its release. And when I first listened to it, actually, I used to think that this was the worst record by the band, and I used to actually not like quite a few tracks on here. Since then, my opinion's obviously changed. I think that it is a pretty good record, better than their final album, Terror Twilight. Slanted Enchanted is different from their other albums in that it's the little experimental bits and the instrumentals and the weirdness that is not like in any way radio friendly is like rampant throughout this record. And I'll admit there's some moments where it doesn't really work for me. It feels a little bit too random, and I kind of want to like skip to the next track a little bit. But there's a lot of moments that really do work. Here is an excellent song. Summer Babe, of course, the opening track, great. And then there's other great songs too. They're slipping my mind at the moment, but I definitely think that this is a better record than I initially thought after re-listening to it recently. And yeah, it's just a good record. And the like I said before, like all these are good records. Terror Twilight's a good record, I'd say, but this is like a definitive step above it, um, and uh, surprisingly good quality in most of the tracks on it, uh, for a debut record. Um, Number 3, I have Brighten the Corners. This is one that I think takes it a sort of strange detour from the two records that come before it, uh, and it tries to, in a way, be more poppy, but also brings back like some elements from their debut record that were a little bit more experimental. And the weird fusion that they sort of do with this record doesn't really work for me. Um, it of course the intro track, Radio, or Stereo, sorry. That's an excellent track. I love that one. Then there's other ones too. Man, I'm forgetting the names. The typewriter or whatever. That one's a great one. But overall, I don't know. Like this record, like there's no songs that I would call bad. Where on the other records, I'll be honest, there might be some songs that I'm kind of not really that into. This one, they're all pretty decent, but I don't know, they're just missing some sort of edge in a way. Like Stereo, the opening track, has that edge that I like from the albums that we're about to talk about that are ahead of it. But there's not a lot of other tracks with that sort of thing, and that's what I majorly enjoy about the group Pavement. So that's why Brighten the Corners is my number 3. At number 2, I have their sophomore record. Oh, why is the name slipping my head? Man, Jesus Christ. Crooked Rain, Crooked Rain. Jesus Christ, why am I forgetting all these titles? I really, really adore this record. For a while, I think it might have even been my favorite. And this is probably the one that I could most easily recommend to anybody who's never heard anything from Pavement. It has a more mainstream appeal, at least in, the indie rock sort of landscape, which I guess, isn't mainstream, so that doesn't really make any sense, but you know what I mean. It's not as weird and instrumental centric as some of their other records, and just a lot of songs with really catchy choruses. I mean, Silent Kid or Silence Kid, Silent Kid, whatever. Great song. Stop Breathing. Really good. Of course. What's the song? Man, why can't I think of it? Whatever. It's the famous one. The famous one from the album. Man. Jesus Christ. My brain is not in its prime state today, I guess. But yeah, I just adore this record. I will say, like, if I had to have a little complaint with it, the ending of the record, like the last 2 tracks, it always does feel like a little bit abrupt and like a little weird. And this also sort of goes to the number 1 placement, but I don't know, I'm a little bit more forgiving of it because it seems a little bit more like 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 it fits, whereas this, like, it's just this weird, like, more instrumental bit at the end, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just the last two tracks are so off. Crooked Rain uh are just I don't know, just weird, like, early type Pavement songs, and they're fine, but uh yeah, it's barely complaint. It's an amazing record, really. I don't know what I'm even talking about. Come on, it's great. uh Number one, of course, has to be uh really, man, all of them I'm forgetting. Wow. Wowee Zowee, the classic double album by the band. uh it is a long record, a lot of tracks, 18, I believe. But man, like, We Dance, Grounded, uh Grave Architecture, AT&T, Father to a Sister of Thought. Man, I'm doing good at remembering these now, huh? Just an excellent record. I actually, I can't really think of any, like the last one. Like, I was trying to form a sort of, like, criticism with the record, and I was hardly able to. This one I genuinely like. I think I was trying to say before that I had some sort of criticism with this one. I absolutely do not. This one is actually, like, perfect from beginning to end. Um, it just, it's similar in a way to Brighten the Corners. It takes elements from their first record, like the weirder, more instrumental bits, uh, the noise rock or whatever you want to call it, and some of the stuff from Crooked Rain that's, like, more catchy, more like mainstream rock, and sort of fuses it. But unlike Brighten the Corners, I actually, with Brighten the Corners, I guess my main complaint is I just don't find many of the choruses in the tracks on Brighten the Corners to be particularly catchy, besides, like, Stereo and maybe a few others. But, like, every song on here is great, and even beyond, like, catchiness, just some really, like, good instrumentals, some really good usages of, like, different sound effects, and, like, just all the sort of weird stuff that might put you off from the original record is so, like, charming and, like, works in every aspect on Wowee Zowee. And yeah, it's pretty much all I have to say. I guess I talked quite a bit here, 13 minutes for just 5 albums. I think my McCartney one was like 20 minutes, so yeah, I didn't make this one brief, and I certainly didn't do a good job remembering a lot of stuff here, but hopefully I'll do better next time with that. For now, that's it. Yeah, I'll see you in probably another ranking. I'm not sure what artist yet, but yeah, I'm probably going to do another ranking after this because I really do enjoy doing these videos. All right, that's it.